Good morning. It's time for a little WOTWIP. Work on that, work in progress, and coffee. Yep, today's the day. Get a little work on. I have plain coffee in my cup. And I have cats all around. I thought they were asleep. They're not, so they're probably going to be trying to attack my poor yarn. So yeah, I'm not too thrilled. But what are you gonna do? You can't fight with kitties. I did get my car working. Problem was trying to find someone to do the jump start. Like I said, everybody was already at work or busy or off doing something else. So basically, Jane had to. I asked, and I'll tell you this: I had found a place here locally that they would come jump start your car. But when I called about it, they charge $198 just to come jumpstart. And I thought, I don't know about that. That's kind of steep. Plus, getting a tow truck was anywhere from $198 to $250. I thought, okay. So I called my friend and asked her, can you take me over to Walmart to see about getting a charger? And about that time, I had a friend who had also called and said she had a charger. She'd let me borrow if I come get it, find someone to come get it and drop it off. So that's what I did. Borrowed that charger while I went to go purchase a charger. Which that was a story in itself, And the whole problem was user error. Dingbat me. I guess Saturday night, when I got home, I was looking for something in the car and I couldn't really see well, so I turned on the dome light and thought I had turned it off. Apparently I didn't, so that's what caused the drain. And yeah. But it's fixed. I have a charger now, so I shouldn't have that issue again. And my sister gave me a recommendation of a different charger, which it's on my list to purchase sometime in the future. It is a charger that you can charge up, leave in your car, but at the same time, if something happens, your tire goes low, you need to refresh the tire, you can blow it up because it has, it can pump air into your vehicle. So yeah, I will be purchasing that at a later date. But yeah, that's on the list. And I do have a cat next to me that is seriously wanting to touch the yarn and play with it. So you may see me smacking the cat away in a few minutes. But yeah, that's what happened with the car. User error. Sometimes that happens. We do stupid stuff. And I did stupid stuff. But yeah. That's kind of where that's at. I do have some bags that I worked on and got ready. I do need to finish touching them up with an iron, and then I will put out a video later on with it. They should be available by Friday evening. I'm hoping if I can get them all listed. I have a lot to do. And this afternoon I get to go to the eye doctor, so I'm just thrilled beyond belief, because who doesn't look forward to having their eyes dilated? Not me. But anyway, it's part of the process, right? But that's what I'm working on right now. I'm working on this blanket again. I haven't given it enough attention, and I really need to get working on it, getting it further completed a little bit further along. So I'm doing that. I did find a pattern that I would like to start. And you know, I have so many already started, and I'm like, no, you need to finish some of those other ones. And I do. I do need to finish some of the other ones that I have sitting, languishing in the wood pile. I envy some of you that are monogamous, that you can work until you finish an object. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether I just get bored with it and feel like I need to move on, or what exactly happened. But I get to moving like crazy. I read this morning that our Congress, and yeah, I'm going to get political here, that there was a bill before our Congress that basically the bill, it was a 2-page bill, simple bill, no add-ons, no other stuff. And basically the bill was that if an illegal alien, someone who's not supposed to be in our country legally, has stolen your identity, or they are committing Social Security fraud, which is basically the same thing. They're using your Social Security number to work, that they could be deported. Well, Democrats voted it down, 75%. And this is where I have a hard time when people tell me Democrats work for the people, they care about the poor. No, they don't. They could care less. Seriously. And let me tell you, if they didn't have a lifelong payment coming in after they got out of, regardless of how long they've been in Congress, you know, they get that salary for the rest of their lives. And I really think that's a law that should change. I think they should only be granted that salary while they are working in Congress. I can understand the president, because they do have to pay for Secret Service and some other things, you know, which most presidents don't really need that, because when they go on a speaking tour, they charge hundreds of thousands of dollars for speaking. And, you know, they usually write a book that sells for several $1,000,000, so they don't really need it. But I can understand that part for that. But I really wish that they had to rely on Social Security so that their information, their identity is stolen by an illegal and used fraudulently. I would like to see that happen more than I think I should. And yeah, I know that's wrong, but I think if that were to happen to some of our Congress people, they would learn a valuable lesson about the things that happen. I'm going to try to muff out that sound of cats playing with the toy, the little balls in the ring. I love that toy. But you know, yeah, I really think sometimes if they had to put up with what some of us do on a daily basis, monthly basis, with our Social Security and, you know, the costs and all that kind of stuff, I think that they would actually work for us instead of working for themselves. So that's my take on it, and I'm sticking to it. Don't care. Yeah, and trust me, I can understand why they thought it was a bad thing to do, but it would be protecting our information. And our information is already at such a high risk that it's ridiculous, right? Now, I told you about the other day about the little fellow, the scammer, that was trying to tell me that he was my late husband, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff, you know, trying to convince me. And then trying to get into my account, which I can understand why they would want someone who's been on here 15, 16 years, because that way they look established, and if they can take over your account, they figure that's a good thing, right? So yeah, I can understand how scammers want to do that. But this guy was trying to talk me into investing in cryptocurrency, you know, convincing me that he was a professional and needed me to, you know, invest in it and give him money to do that kind of stuff. And I said, no, if I'm going to do that, I'll invest in the cryptocurrency myself. Yeah. And he kept on, and then later on, the next day, he told me he needed some money because he was out of camp, tried to convince me that he was Joe Chris. Is that the guy that does the juicing, the Australian? That he was at camp and needed it for money, you know, for food, that kind of stuff. He couldn't access his accounts. And I told him, I said, you're full of it. You're just full of it. And I told him, sent him a message telling him that if he would spend more time doing an honest day's work, he'd probably find himself getting further ahead than what he's doing. And finally, he admitted to me that he was from Nigeria, and but he's still trying to tell me that he loves me. And I said, yeah, okay, fine. He said, please don't block me. I'm like, I'm not going to block you, but I'm not going to entertain this kind of crap either. What you're doing is wrong. And you're trying to use not only religion, but spiritual means to attack someone. And I don't appreciate that. I told him, basically, it hurt me a lot emotionally what he was doing when he was trying to tell me that he was my late husband. You know, and that he was coming back. He'd be here to visit me the next day. Well, I know that was bull. I knew immediately that he was a scammer. But, you know, I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. You can keep trying, buddy. But anyway, we got to talking, and he finally told me that he is a student going to college, and he doesn't have the money he needs to pay for his books. And I told him, I said, well, that's fine and dandy, but I'm still not going to help you. Not ever will I help you. I told him, I said, why don't you just create your own account? Put out there that you're a student going to college and you need some help financially. There might be some people who'd actually come forward and give you money honestly to help you pay for those books. Of course, they may also insist that you give them the name of the school to where they can go in and pay for the books through the school for you. But that would be a better thing than ripping people off, you know? And I knew that this guy was the person that I told you about with the husband and the wife. I knew that's who that person was because of some things that they had said. And a picture that they had sent me, which I sent to only this person, that person. And so I haven't told him this, but I'm telling him this now. he almost destroyed a marriage with this bull nonsense of his. And that's exactly what it is. I mean, they don't even think about the things that they do to people when they do this kind of stuff, you know, and it's kind of shameful that they think that it's okay to do that. And, yeah, I just find it sad that they think it's okay, you know, to commit those kind of things and do that kind of thing to begin with, because it's not right. You know, they're messing with people's lives. And, of course, they don't think anything of it. They care less. They're all greedy, and that's all they want. So, told them, I said, you need to do better. You need to behave better. If you truly are a Christian, then you need to ask your God for forgiveness for what you're doing, because what you're doing is wrong. So, yeah, there's that. And I hope everybody has been getting to watch the Boggy Creek videos with them opening up the boxes, because I always find that fascinating. Such beautiful patterns. You guys, you know, you are just terrific people by doing that, by adding to it, even if it was just a square. You know, I know that I enjoyed making those squares, one, so that Laura, Mad Mimi, had to make a couple of squares. Now, that wasn't part of my motivation. My motivation was squares I can make, I can get those sent off, because I can't get a blanket done. At least I didn't think I could get a blanket done. But I was able to get 2 blankets done and sent off. So, Boggy Creek is a great charity to do these kind of things for. And I think Wednesday night they were talking about they would start collecting again in August. So get your engines running and get a few blankies made and set back and put a couple of dollars back for your postage, you know, to help with the postage. And if you can't do that, I think Lynn Ann was saying that she would do the squares again, but she might change the rules where it's only 1 square per person or something like that. But whatever it is, it's still a great opportunity to participate. But also keep in mind, when you go look up Boggy Creek, look up the foundation, you know, that Paul Newman and General Schwarzkopf put together, and realize that there may be something that is closer to you. So you might be able to take more advantage of that to donate somewhere locally than just sending off to the Boggy Creek Brigade. So there are some other options that you can look at for those kind of things. And I'm sure all of these organizations will be thrilled to get your donations. You know, it's kind of like what Rose says. If you can donate locally if at all possible. One, it helps with your cost, and because in your area, these people need items as well. So, you know, those are some good things to look at, as well as just the whole idea of the process of donating. You know, if you're like me, you've got so much yarn in your house, you could give, you know, a little bit here and there. So, yeah, that is a possibility. Those are some options to look at, as well as, you know, Rose's Wings to put out their list. So by all means, go check out Rose's channel for the new list. I believe February and March are dolls, small dolls, male and female, different skin tones. So if you are someone who likes making amigurumi, go for it. Make a few dolls to so that they can put those in their Easter baskets. But yeah, the new list is out, so keep that in mind as well. As well as K&K Crochet, they do have their charity that they work with, So as well as that, think about doing that. I believe it's called Blue Mountain. Is it Blue Mountain? I think that's what it's called. And they are looking, if I remember correctly, they're hoping to get hats from every state in the U.S., as well as worldwide. And of course, they do the map where they put the pins or a sticker, something on the map when you do send in those donations, so that you can see that. That is another great opportunity to help others. And there are plenty out there. I know, like I said, the ladies and I, one of my friends and I had gone to Ben Franklin's. And of course, you know, there's Sleep in Heavenly Peace. They also do take crocheted lap gowns, because sometimes they like to be able, and as well as giving the bed and the bed clothing, that kind of stuff. If you don't want to do a twin size, I know here they love to be able to give them a lap size, a blanket that they can just throw over them when they're on their couch or when they're on the floor watching TV, whatever it is. So that's another option for Afghans, lap gowns as well, blankets. And I don't think they have a size requirement as far as for the lap gowns, but I do believe when it comes to twin size, I believe they have to be, is it 54 by 66? Don't quote me on that, but I will try to put that information for Sleep in Heavenly Peace down below so you can see if there's an organization near you that you do the Sleep in Heavenly Peace. So yeah, those are some good things to do. Let's get on a roll and get those things done. I know I didn't give anybody the an idea for Operation Christmas Child, and I just forgot about that. But I will tell you some of the things that I have been seeing is a lot of people will take plastic canvas, make crosses, make dolls. One of the other things I saw was making a doll, laminating it, and putting on it those Velcro sticky dots, and then taking felt and making different clothes, like paper dolls. Do you remember those? Taking clothes and then putting the other sticky dots on the felt so that they could play with those dolls, those kind of thing. That is an idea that you could use for Operation Christmas Child as well. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna let you go. It's getting up into the almost 30 minutes, I think, or 25 minutes, something like that. And I've got a lot to do. Like I said, I get to go to the eye doctor later, and I still need to press those bags and get the photos taken and the listings ready to go. That all takes time, believe it or not. All right, guys. I hope that every one of you are enjoying, wherever you're at, the weather that you are having. Today it's kind of cloudy. I don't think it's supposed to rain. It's just cloudy. It's still kind of cool. But keep in mind, spring is coming. It is. I keep hearing that. Spring is coming. It's around the corner. Soon it will be spring. All right, everybody, be a little kinder to yourself. Be kinder to others. Love one another. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.